KGBV Rambhadrapuram. Before going to explain the lesson, a small activity for you. Once compare yourself with your parents. Just like your color, height, shape of ears, shape of nose, etc. Write on a paper separately. Which of your characters are similar and which of your characters are different? Okay? For example, your mother's skin color is white. Your skin color is also white. That means the color from your mother to you, it was passed by something. Okay? What are responsible for carrying these characters from parents to progeny? Progeny means offspring. Offspring means children. Genes are responsible. What are responsible? Genes are responsible. In first year, from chapter Science of Plants, you have learned that the study of genes is called genetics. The study of genes is called genetics. So today I am going to explain the unit 3, genetics. In this unit we have chapter 9, principles of inheritance and variation. From this chapter you get 2 marks question 1 and 4 marks question 1 and total weightage is 6 marks. Okay, before going to explain this chapter, you have to know meaning for few words. They are principles. Principles means laws or rules, and inheritance. Inheritance means heredity. Inheritance means heredity. Heredity means it is a process by which characters passed on from parents to progeny. That is called inheritance. Just like your mother's color passed from your mother to you. Okay? That is called inheritance. Next, variation. What is variation? Variation means differences in characters. Differences in character. Variation means differences in characters within closely related group. That means among your family members, if you find any differences in your characters, that differences are called variations. Okay, student? It is clear for you? Now, we discuss Mendel's experiments. Mendel's experiments. During early 19th century, Mendel and few other scientists who followed him gave us an idea of basic inheritance patterns. Gregor John Mendel. Gregor John Mendel, an Austrian scientist who was also called as the father of genetics. He conducted lot of experiments on pea plants. Observations made on pea plant while growing in his garden became foundation of modern genetics and study of inheritance. He had chosen 7 pairs of contrasting traits. 7 pairs of contrasting traits. They are seed shape, seed color, flower color, pod shape, pod color, flower position and stem height. Okay, later I will explain what is dominant trait and what is recessive trait. Okay, these are the 7 characters chosen by the Mendel. Okay. Mendel had conducted cross-pollination on true breeding failure. On true breeding parents. True breeding means having undergone self-pollination for so many years. In self-pollination, only one character is stable and it was expressed for so many generations. That's why we are choosing true breeding parents. Okay? He had conducted so many experiments on so many plants, but finally he found that only pea plant is suitable for his experiment. What are advantages of selecting pea plant for his experiments? This is a 4 marks question for you. You have to write advantages clearly. So first one, it can be grown. It can be grown and crossed easily. It is annual plant. Means life cycle is 1 year. It has bisexual flowers. Means both male and female parents are present. It can be self-fertilized. It has short life cycle. And produce large number of seeds. Large number of seeds. These are the advantages. Because of these advantages, Mendel had chosen pea plant for his experiment. Okay, students? Inheritance of one gene. Inheritance of one gene. That means monohybrid cross. Mendel conducted artificial hybridization on pea plant. You have learnt already in first year from the chapter Reproduction in Plants, the steps of artificial hybridization. See here, he had chosen violet flower. It is a bisexual flower. He had taken violet flower as a female parent and he had taken white flower as a male parent. Before he had removed anthers from the female parent. In artificial hybridization, if the female parent is bisexual, we have to remove anthers before they dehisce with the help of scissors. This step is called emasculation. After removal of anthers, he had covered the stigma with a bag to prevent contamination of unwanted pollen. Then he transferred pollen from the white flower to the violet flower. This is called pollination. Then he collected these seeds to get F1 generation. It is also called as a first filial generation. F1 generation is also called as a first filial generation. violet is dominant. Here in F1 generation, only the parental character of dominant parent only expressed. We cannot find recessive character here. So then he self-fertilized F1 generation to get second filial generation. That means F2. F2 is also called as a second filial generation. In second filial generation, we can find two characters were expressed. Both dominant and recessive. Two characters were expressed. Okay, based on these observations, Mendel proposed that some things were passed from parents to progeny. That factors are called genes. That things are called factors. Nowadays we call them genes. Okay students? So here genes are responsible for carrying these characters from parents to progeny. So genes are basic unit of inheritance. What are genes? Genes are basic unit of inheritance. Genes have a particular information that is required to express for a particular character for so many generations. So here genes are basic unit of inheritance. See here, capital D. This is one gene. It code for height. And capital T small t, it is another gene, means same gene, and it code for height. See here, it is same gene, but it has two forms. It has two forms. So, two or more possible forms of a gene is called allele. What are alleles? Two or more possible forms of. Gene is called allele. You may get confusion over gene and allele. If you are able to understand the difference between allele and gene, it is very clear for you what is gene and what is allele. Now I will explain the difference between gene and allele. See here, gene. For example, we take capital T. It is one gene, and capital T small t. It is another gene. See, this capital T separately is one allele, and this capital T separately another allele. Okay, here in this gene, this capital T is one allele, and this small t is another allele. So, these are the alleles of two alleles of one gene. Capital T. Two alleles of one gene. Here capital T small t. Two alleles of one gene. See here. This capital T is called homozygote. And this small capital T and small t is called heterozygote. Means in homozygote, two alleles are similar or identical, and here heterozygote means two alleles are not similar, means they not identical. This condition is called heterozygous. Okay, see, students, is it clear now what is gene and what is allele? In above all examples, we can observe that we use only one gene controlling one character. So, above all examples, we can write definition for monohybrid. Monohybrid cross. Mono means single. So, in above all examples, we crossed between two genes or two parents which control only one character. That's why it is monohybrid cross. Okay, students. So, now we can write definition. The cross between two individuals which differ only one character, only in one character. Okay, this is monohybrid cross. See, we crossed between two parents. After that, we got gametes. The formation of gametes and the possible union of gametes can be represented in a squares. The squares are called Punnett squares. The squares are called Punnett squares. See here, we cross between two parents. That is, one parent is star and another parent is dark. So, the possible gametes are capital T, small t, small t. In F1 generation, we got all dominated character, that is, all are top. Okay. Next again, F1 was self-fertilized to get F2 generation. See here, possible gametes are capital T, small t, capital T, small t. And here, all, see, one is capital T and capital T, small t, capital T, small t, small t, small t. So, phenotypic ratio means tall, dark and 3:1. Here, phenotypic means the external look of an individual organism, and the genotypic means the genetic makeup of an organism. So, phenotypic means tall, dark, and genotypic means capital T, capital T, small t, small t, small t. Here see, for dominated character we use capital T, and for recessive parent we use small t, small t. We have to use always capital letters to represent dominant character and small letters to represent dwarf parent. You may get question like that, why we should not use recessive character with small d. Why? Because here dwarf is there, no? But it is inconvenient to frame gametes. That's why you have to use always capital T and small t. For example, see here, round, here which is dominant trait. Here we have to use capital R. Here recessive trait. Here wrinkled, we should not use W, small w. We should use small r. Okay, like that. Yellow, which is dominant, we should use capital Y. And green, which is recessive, we should use small y. Like that we have to use. It is convenient to frame gametes. That's why we have to use like that. Okay, students, I will explain this Punnett scale, how to form on the board. See, we will take F2 generation. For example, tall, T, and dark. Okay, F1 generation, capital T, small t. So now we cross Punnett squares to get F2 generation. So possible gametes, capital T, small t, because self-fertilized here. Okay, capital T, small t. Okay, we have to write all types of gametes on two sides of the boxes. Okay, now union of gametes we have to represent in boxes. See here, capital T and capital T small t. Here again capital T small t and small t small t. So this is the possible union of gametes, these four gametes. Means F2 generation. This is the way we have to form the Punnett space. It is also called as a checkerboard. It is also called as a checkerboard. Checkerboard, and it was developed by a British scientist, Reginald C. Punnett. So now we can give the definition for Punnett space. It is a graphical representation of all possible union of gametes. That is called Punnett. Okay students, it is clear for you? Now test cross. See, by seeing external appearance, we can say that he is white or he is dark or he is tall. But we cannot see by his external appearance the genetic makeup of that individual. So to know the genetic makeup of an individual, Mendel crossed and he used test cross. He used test cross. Test cross means the cross between F1 generation or F2 generation with recessive pair. With the recessive pair. Okay students? See here, if we cross between F1 and recessive pair means here small t small. We consider here height. Okay. So in F1 generation we got capital T small t and cross between small t. In F1 generation, and this one is recessive pair. Okay. See, we form a Punnett space here. Possible gametes are capital T and small t and small t and small t. Okay? So here see, capital T small t and capital T small t and small t small t and small t small t. So here half of the progeny is tall and half of the progeny is short. Okay? Half of the progeny is tall and half of the progeny is dark. Okay? Next, if we cross with F2. In F2 we got genotype capital T and capital T. And with recessive pair, small t, small t. Again, I will frame a Punnett space. Okay, possible gametes are capital T, and small t, small t. Okay, gametes union. Capital T, small t, capital T, small t, capital T, small t, and capital T, small t. Here all are tall. All are tall. Okay, this is test cross. You get 4 marks question, define and design test cross. So you have to write definition and you have to write these 2 examples. Okay. backcross to recover the best genome. He used backcross to recover the best genome. Backcross, in backcross, the cross between F1 generation and one of their parents. Okay, this is backcross. See, F1 generation means capital T small t with one of their parents. One of their parents means here capital T capital T. And again F1 generation means capital T small t and another parent which is recessive, that is small t small t. This is called backcross. Okay students, is it clear now? Okay. Based on all these observations, Mendel proposed laws of inheritance or principles of inheritance. The first law or law of dominance. See, law of dominance. The first law or law of dominance. In law of dominance, in dissimilar two factors means two genes. Here dissimilar. See here, capital T and capital T small t. These two are two dissimilar factors, means two dissimilar genes. Okay. Here these two code for only height. Only one member of this group dominates the other. So here these two are dominant. If we take recessive form of the gene, small t. Okay, these two are also dissimilar. Okay, one member of the group dominates the other, means this gene dominates this one. This is called law of dominance. He used law of dominance to explain the expression of one parental character in F1 generation and expression of two parental characters in F2 generation. Okay. Next, second one, law of segregation. Law of segregation or law of purity of gametes. Okay, this is second law, law of segregation or law of purity of gametes. See here, you get 4 marks question from this law of dominance. Like this. Explain law of dominance with the help of monohybrid cross. That is a very important question. So now I will explain law of segregation. Segregation means separation. Okay. It states that when two alleles present in heterozygote, heterozygote means see here, capital T and small t. It is heterozygote. I already told now. So when present together, see here, two alleles are present together here. Okay. See, they do not blend. Blend means they do not combine, but remain separate. During meiosis or gamete formation, they separate one another, or they separate from one another, and only one allele passes to the next generation. That is called law of segregation. For example, see here, when two alleles present together, here one allele, this one is a one allele present together. See, during meiosis or during gamete formation, they separate from each other and only any one of the allele will pass to the next gametes. See, maybe this allele, maybe this allele. So dear students, in today's class I have discussed Mendel's experiments, inheritance of one gene, that is monohybrid cross, test cross and back cross. Okay, in next class I will explain what is dihybrid cross. Thank you.